And anyone that's ever trained with me, it's like I out-train everyone.
Well, it's because of steroids. That's what Greg would say.
I love Bradley. I love Bradley. He's literally saying exactly what I would have said. Coach Greg, in today's video, Dana Lynn Bailey, she calls me out. She was on the Bradley Martin podcast where Bradley literally says, "You are on steroids."
Let's do a drug test right now.
When did you start steroids?
Oh my God, Bradley. Stop it.
And so first things first, let's analyze her voice. Does she sound 100% natural to you? I'm asking you, does she sound enhanced or does she sound natural? When you take performance enhancing drugs, and of course some are worse than others, depending on your genetics and your doses, it's going to alter your voice. And so in my opinion, remember, it's my opinion, she sounds not natural to me. That's just her voice. What about her physique? Oh, she claims, it's just in the photos.
Because online, like in pictures, like the picture I posted at your gym yesterday, I'd be like, oh, for sure, drugs. Online, I look so much bigger than I am.
She's literally sitting next to Bradley Martin, who's over 250 pounds, and she looks quite muscular to me. Does she look small to you? And remember, this is not with special lighting angles. It's not photoshopped. She's literally sitting there in an interview, and she looks jacked.
Because online, like in pictures, like the picture I posted at your gym yesterday, I'd be like, oh, for sure, drugs.
I mean, look at her pointing, the shoulders, the arms, the mass, the voice. And so Bradley's got her on podcast. He's not holding back. When did you start steroids? Bradley, oh my goodness, Bradley, how can you ask me those questions? Well, he wants the truth. I mean, if Mike O'Hearn were on the same podcast, do you not think he would ask Mike O'Hearn the very same question? Or how about the Liver King? If he had the Liver King, do you not think he'd ask the same question? And so don't start playing the, I'm a woman couldn't build muscle like this. Don't start playing the I'm a female card.
If you stand me next to another girl, then it's like, oh, she actually is pretty tiny.
So you've never done anything?
Nope.
Stand me next to another girl and look tiny. Who are we standing next to? The Miss Olympia champion? You look massive. What are you talking about?
No peptides, no.
Nope.
Little Anavar, a little sprinkle.
No, you wish.
Huh? Damn, I do wish.
Because I know what it does to girls. It's not good.
And she says, nope, no peptides, SARMs, nothing, never. I was the Miss Olympia women's physique champion. The best in the world. 100% natural. I mean, why don't you believe me? Because I know what it does to girls. Change their voices. Changes the look of the downstairs. Makes it a little bit bigger.
Especially girls in the fitness industry. You see them for 2 or 3 years, and then you don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
Because it
destroyed their hormones.
Girls.
Really? You see them for 2 or 3 years, and you never see them again. Yet I know countless Miss Olympia champions who we've seen for years. Whether it's Bakar Nagravia, who's never even competed but looks amazing, who's openly taking testosterone, Primo, Anavar, yet she continues to look amazing. She looks feminine. And so just because you're taking performance-enhancing drugs doesn't mean you no longer look like a woman.
Yeah.
Destroys your hormones. You're and like, once your voice changes, it doesn't go back.
As she's literally has her voice changed. I mean, once your voice changes, it doesn't go back, as she's literally changed her voice. Imagine if my voice was stuck like this the entire time. I wouldn't be able to talk normal. Imagine if I could never talk normal again. I don't always talk like this. What would be wrong with me? And so imagine if steroids did that. Imagine what that would do to you.
Because online, like in pictures, like the picture I posted at your gym yesterday, I'd be like, oh, for sure, drugs.
I mean, I've heard it 10 times over, and every single time, all I can hear is that steroid voice. That is what I hear. You can say, oh, she's getting sick. You can argue anything you want, but does anyone actually believe it? I mean, after all, Liver King, Mike O'Hearn, probably 5% of people actually believe they're natural. They still believe it to be true. And so I commented, does anyone believe this? Absolutely not. Nope. The chicken she eats is on trend, not her. For sure she uses something now, or at least too much before. Yeah, nah. Nope, it's cap. Her voice ain't natural. SMH. Wow, I never thought she'd lie like that, LOL. Oh well, still dig her. Literally, just one look at her delts and traps tells me she's running test. Bradley knows she is full of it. I can't believe she thinks she can just lie and everyone will believe her BS. Female Michael Tren. And next up, she calls out Coach Greg for making a video saying, hey, this girl isn't natural.
The problem is, like, you have people on the internet, like Greg Doucette, like, you can't believe that a girl can look like that.
And so she's literally using an appeal to emotion. She talks about the fact that she's female. Oh, that Coach Greg, you know, that guy. Well, he's saying to women they can't build a physique like this. Have you not seen that I've been training for 19 years? Do you not know the work that I put into it? I slaved in the gym 7 days a week for 19 years. I out-trained everyone. Yeah, it's easier to train when you're not natty. When you're on performance-enhancing drugs, it allows you to train harder than last time. Literally, that is one of the benefits of taking performance-enhancing drugs.
He's just like makes videos, YouTube videos. He gets views off of just saying like Dana Linn Bailey's a f***ing liar.
I mean, I didn't say she's a cookbook liar. I said there's no way I believe she's natural. Big difference between cursing, swearing, really putting someone down, than say, hey, I don't believe she's natural, and here's the evidence. Look how much muscle she put on from this period of time until she got on stage at the Miss Olympia. How many people do you believe have won the coveted Miss Olympia title while being natural? And so if I make a video and say, oh, Chris Bumstead, he's the Mr. Olympia champion, I don't think he could have done that natural. And so if someone says they're natural and they're on the Olympia stage, I'm going to say probably not. What about Sam Sulek? Oh, I don't think Sam Sulek is natural. He's never said if he was or wasn't. I'm assuming he's not. Oh, that coach, Greg, he assumes just because I'm 21 that I have 235 pounds of muscle, single-digit body fat, that I'm not natural. That just because I put on over 50 pounds of muscle in a couple of years, that I'm not natural. Yeah, that's why I assume it. Is there something wrong with that? Am I putting him down? Am I calling him a cookbook liar? Am I saying he's a horrible person? No, I'm just saying what I think.
I still train 7 days a week. Why? And anyone that's ever trained with me, it's like I out-train everyone.
Well, it's because of steroids. That's what Greg would say.
I love Bradley. He's literally saying exactly what I would have said. I mean, literally, she's using appeal to emotion. Bradley Martin is like, well, you're able to train that way. You're able to look like you are, even at 40, because of the steroids. That's using logical reasoning. Steroids make it easier to build muscle, makes it easier to train. And so even after 19 years of training, when you're 40, you still look phenomenal. You haven't competed in 10 years. You're training 7 days a week, every single day, no days off, recovering, feeling amazing. Yeah. Is it possible it's because of steroids? I mean, let's listen to your voice. At 55, if you look the same at 50, are we still going to say, no, I'm natural?
I know it makes people angry, but it makes people angry because you can't do it yourself. You can't believe that a girl can look like that.
Does anyone think I'm some kind of a misogynist, that I only pick on girls? That I'm saying she can't look like this because she's a girl. I'm a man. I have testosterone. I can look like that, but she's a girl. She can't look like that. Or do you think I treat everyone equally? Do you think that I do the same type of videos on both males and females? I've in fact done far more natty or nots on men than on women, and I'm not picking on her because she's a girl. But if she says, I'm a girl, it's going to appeal to the emotions of all the subscribers. Oh, you're right. She is a girl. Why would he, a man, say these things to her? I mean, if she really wanted to do a proper response, couldn't she have said something like this? I understand why Coach Greg thinks I'm not natural. After all, my physique is better than 99.999% of the population. And most people who look like this are even close to as good as this. They're not natural. They're on steroids. For the most part, it's very rare for a female who's natural to look like me. But I'm telling you, because of my God-given genetics, far better perhaps than 99.9% of the population, and through my years of determination, my hard work, 19 years in the gym, I was able to do this. Rather than just say, oh, I out-train everyone. No one trains as hard as me. That's why I could do it. Sounds exactly like Mike O'Hearn. Mike O'Hearn, the exact same thing. I've been training since I was a teenager. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I eat chicken, broccoli, and rice 5 times a day. That is how I could do it. Or is it possible that you might have used steroids? That you might be on HRT, perhaps using peptides? I mean, after all, you are in fact sponsored by an HRT/peptide clinic. She's one of the last diehards that we all know isn't natural. And we all just laugh together like we're all at a family reunion listening to our crazy uncle talk. You're still juiced, LOL. It doesn't matter how hard you worked. Women can't look like that without peds. You don't know how long and hard I've worked. Chicken, rice, and broccoli, I don't care. You can't look like that. Brad knows the truth. That's why he gotta keep trolling. Training 7 days a week and not go catabolic is pretty astounding. Perhaps too astounding. Remember when she got rhabdomyolysis and I made a video talking about it? And did you know that people who take steroids is far more likely to get rhabdo than people who don't? Remember when Larry Wheels got rhabdo and we know he's not natural? And so what do you think is more likely? That she can train harder than everyone else with no days off, 7 days a week for 19 years straight, or Does it seem more likely that perhaps she's using something? We're not going to say exactly what it is. How would we know? But it would make more sense based on the evidence that she's enhanced than she's 100% natural. Which makes more sense.
Let's do a drug test right now.
When did you start steroids?
Oh my God, Bradley.
And has anyone ever lied in the past? I mean, does anyone ever lie about taking steroids? Well, recently, Dylan McKnight announced, hey, everyone, remember when I said I was 100% natural? I wasn't. And so would it really be shocking if one day Dalen Bailey were to make a video and say, hey, why I really was never natural all along. Why Coach Greg was actually right. But after you've said something so many times, you know how difficult it is to actually come clean? Do you really think the Liver King would have made a video and said, hey, I'm coming clean. I was actually on performance enhancing drugs without being exposed first? I don't think so. And so do I have 100% undeniable proof that Dana Lynn Bailey is not natural? Of course not. And so many people are going to say, how could you do that video? It's destroying careers. You really think so? When I made a Natty or Not on Dylan McKnight, he had fewer than 100,000 followers. He has about 650,000 followers now. And why do you think that is? I think partially due to the fact that Derek and myself made videos about him, giving him far more exposure. And so these Natty or Nots, if anything, you could even argue it's making the people even more popular. They're in the limelight. People are talking about them. Is Alex Eubank natural? Is he enhanced? Is Jesse James natural? Enhanced? Will Tennyson? Everyone. And so the controversy literally brings about more views. People are talking about them. It makes them more interesting. And so do you really think that Dana Lynn Bailey has suffered because of my video? The fact I did a Natty or Not on her, perhaps Derek as well, do you really think that that has hurt her career? And so you have certain individuals, Mike Israetel, Jeff Nibbard, oh, Natty or Nots are horrible. They shouldn't be done. Well, I beg to differ. I think that people having realistic standards of what they can achieve, that if you made a certain transformation that it's likely not natural, that helps people. If people think that just because they're training harder than last time, 7 days a week, perhaps for 19 years, that they should be able to make gains like this, and that they don't even come close to that, they might get disappointed, have low self-esteem, lower their ego. Rather than that, compare yourself to yourself. Most of the individuals, most of the fitness influence out there, most are not natural. And even if they say they are, many are in fact lying. And so how is that bad? How is it bad to tell people that just because your fitness influencer says they're natural, that they might in fact not be? And so let me know in the comment section, do you actually believe that Dana Lynn Bailey has been natural for all 90 years, including now or when she was the Miss Olympia champion? And of course, if you're 100% natural, you can use G-Test or any products from Harder Than Last Time. All are 100% natural, not banned by WADA, including GO2 Max, the main ingredient being NMN. Please do your research. If you want the greatest gains while being natural without failing a WADA drug test, please go click the link in the description, code Greg, 10% off. And the cookbooks, the training books, the coaching plans by me and my team, the Circle Diet book, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line, you know, the tank tops, hoodies, jogging plans, all that kind of stuff. Head over to the website, code Greg, 10% off. And if you have no money, don't forget free diet and training programs, close to 50 pages, and it's free. Also, become one of the 300,000 newsletter subscribers. Join the newsletter on the website, click the link in the description, and until next time, I am out.